guys, my name is Samantha. If you are new to my channel is all about helping and inspiring special education teachers. If that interests you, then make sure you click the subscribe button and click the little bell to be notified of whenever I make a new video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. Alright, today's video is all about advice I have for student teachers. I will be giving you 5 different tips. And I want to start off by talking a little bit about my own personal student teaching experiences. My first student teaching experience was in a 3rd grade classroom because my degree was elementary and then my minor was special education ID. So the first half was in a 3rd grade classroom and the second half of the semester was in a middle school and high school special education classroom. So my 2 experiences were in the same school district and it was a very rural town in Iowa. So my second experience, which was a middle school through high school special education classroom, it was students with learning disabilities and intellectual disabilities. And since it was such a small town, there was only one special education teacher for all of these grades. I would love to hear about your student teaching placement. You should comment down below and let me know how it went, where you were placed, and what you learned. Alright, my number 1 tip is to always build strong relationships with your students. You really don't understand how important this is until you are a teacher, but this is the number 1 thing that you should always do as a teacher and especially as a student teacher. One of the very best ways that you can do this is from the very first day, get up out of your seat and go get to know your students. A lot of times I would see student teachers that would just sit back in the corner and take notes, but you shouldn't do that. You should be the teacher that gets up out of your seat and goes and gets to know the students right away. If your mentor teacher is teaching, you should be walking around the classroom, helping students, helping with behaviors, things like that. So do all of that from the very first day. I promise your lead teacher is going to be so impressed with you if you don't just sit back in the corner and take notes when you're observing. Get up and get involved in the classroom. This will give you a really great first impression with your mentor teacher. My next tip is don't be afraid to go above and beyond. What I mean by that is, yes, it is your mentor teacher's classroom, but don't be afraid to let your teaching style shine. Another example of this is don't feel like you have to follow the curriculum 100% of the time. If you have an awesome idea to teach a certain topic, then do it. I think your mentor teacher might be impressed if you weren't just following the boring curriculum. So definitely go for it. You got this. Tip number 3 is to ask your mentor teacher how you can help from the very, very beginning. Maybe you can help with small groups or centers or reading independently with a student. Always ask how you can help. If you take initiative, you are going to get a lot out of your student teaching experience. My 4th tip is throughout your time student teaching, always ask how you can improve. I know that your teachers are probably going to evaluate you maybe in the middle and the end, but every week you could ask how you could improve or things that your mentor teacher would like to see you do better. Tip number 5, you should expect to come in early and leave late. You will learn fast that teaching is not an 8 to 5 job. You will have to put in a lot of work, especially at the beginning, and go over your contract hours, especially as a student teacher while you're still learning. And here's a bonus tip for you. If you are trying to get hired by the district that you're student teaching in, make sure you join some extracurricular activities. For example, you might volunteer with a sports team, or you could help at the concession stand, or keep score at a basketball game. Anything that shows that you are willing to go the extra mile for the school district is going to make them want to hire you. Alright, I hope you guys learned something today. I know that these are some tips that I wish that I would have had when I was a student teacher. So if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can follow me over on Instagram and Facebook under Activiteach. And as always, there are some freebies in the description of this video. And if you are looking for some support, I have 5 different Facebook groups that are geared towards special education teachers. If you are a new special education teacher, I do have a group called New First Year Special Education Teachers that you can join in the link of this YouTube video or just type it in on Facebook. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Have a great week. Happy teaching.